Went out there and won it.
Great work, start to finish.
Every question they asked, we answered.
And our rivals, they saw it all. This'll give us that edge that I was talking about, y'all.
And now that's our main focus.
All right.
Gearing up for a title run.
Which means we need you at your best. Let's talk about goals for the second half. Which one of these stands out to you?
I want to focus on beating our rivals.
Why is that?
Well, as you know, in the NBA, there's not a lot of difference between the best team and the worst team, but motivation, it can take you a long way. When you're going up against your rival, you got everybody rowing in the same direction. And in my experience, that type of camaraderie right there, that'll pay off big time when it comes to the playoffs.
Everyone in this building works harder, smarter, and more efficiently when we are taking care of business against our rivals.
Agreed.
This is an emotional game, and an emotional boost like that can go a long way.
You sure you don't want to focus on rebounding?
Coach Tucker doesn't like talking about his emotions.
It's not my favorite subject. But I understand the appeal of taking down a hated foe. If that's what you want to do, we'll help you get there.
Fantastic. Sounds like we're in total alignment.
Just remember, every moment matters. Give everything you've got to this and you'll be rewarded.
Shaking, MP.
About game time, bring the pain time.
MP, how you feeling?
In the house.
I'm just hoping to get through this game as quickly as possible. It's
Oh,
my
yeah?
least favorite assignment of the season.
You hate those guys?
Not particularly, but it's their PR director that I hate.
What's up? Is that a professional rivalry sort of thing or what?
No. We used to date.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, girl, you know I got you.
That's nice. Thanks, MP. But don't do anything you wouldn't normally do. I don't want to be the reason you play out of character.
Don't worry about it. I got this. And this time it's personal.
Looking good, MP.
Good, MP?
Hey, Kings fans, we hope you come and join us for Slam the power forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 5, Paolo Banchero.
They say revenge is a dish that's best served cold. The good, we all grow old. In the world where you never fix you.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Jalen Green.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now Golden State's starting 5. Mason is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. Then there's Moses Moody. And it's Smooth in at the 2 guard. And for Sacramento, Lonzo Ball out there with Washington. Then it's Paolo Banchero. Then there's Edey. And it's Furphy in at the 3 spot. And recently, MP came out and stressed that he doesn't take these rivalry games too lightly. Winning these games is a big-time priority for him.
And I like the fact that MP set this goal. Not only does it serve to light a fire under his teammates, it also connects him more deeply to the fans because we know how much they care about beating their rival.
Time now to head over to David Aldridge for some information about MP.
Thanks very much, Kevin. We know that everybody knows the history between these 2 teams. All those knockdown, drag-out battles. So I asked MP if he was going to take the high road tonight and try to stay above the fray. He said just the opposite. These guys always show us disrespect. We're going to grind it out and teach them a lesson. Get your popcorn ready. Kevin.
Got it right here, De'Aaron. Gonna start chopping it down. Familiarity, the right breeding contempt here. We're only around halfway through this very long season, GA. This is when the grind, I think, really kicks in.
Yeah, you think about the physical and mental toll this game takes on you. And I miss being out there, but man, I tell you, it can be a grind.
Deflects the pass. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Banchero. Here's Smooth. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor. Catching the lead pass at full speed, terrific anticipation, and the delivery on time, on target.
Pass to Edey. Sacramento moving it around. Mason against Banchero. 6 to shoot. Left side, Ball. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And it's the Warriors on the break. And he comes up with the deuce.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Back to Washington. And the rejection by Gafford. Right on the bucket. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Smooth. Outside, Fox. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Washington. Mason with a screen on Washington. Smooth. Boom, he jams it straight down.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Washington with it. Banchero outside. Back to Washington. The layup missed. The Warriors leading. And the Kings pushing it up now. Banchero outside. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Edey gets the bucket.
Okay, showing some point forward skills there. Banchero, nice find in that pick and roll.
Pass to Mason. Right wing. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Washington. Here's Smooth. Lays it up and banks it in. Smooth's got 8 points.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel-good.
Inside. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
That's unblockable unless they can get a bigger man on him. Got to learn your lesson.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Jalen Green's checked in for Moses Moody. Almost halfway through the season, let's check out the standings out west. Take a look at the Warriors, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, there's the Kings, just way behind.
And seeing where the Warriors are, they had pressure on them coming into the season. A lot of people were picking them to have a special year, and they haven't shied away from that pressure. They've embraced it.
I think every great team welcomes the challenge of trying to be elite, and they want to do it on a nightly basis.
De'Aaron Fox, Brent, is a very special player, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, it's true. De'Aaron Fox is a blur in the open court, but it's his leadership that really has come along at such an early stage. And think about the run that he went on with the Kings just a couple years ago. He's not settling with that. He wants more. He wants to play in the postseason, and he's capable of getting any team there.
Here's Smooth. He's got 8. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Pass to Washington. Here's Furphy. Van Carroll looking around. The rebound by Mason. Warriors have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Now, here's Green. Drains the three-pointer.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it.
A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Off target with the open look. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys. Well, Smooth in the last game against Milwaukee was outstanding. He had 42 points and made the most of his opportunities from both the floor and the line. That stat line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep growing here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Here's Green. That misses off the backboard.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Again, the miss by the Kings. Warriors leading by 5. Here's Smooth. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Kings shooting the ball at a 46% clip to start this game. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Sacramento shooting their first free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. The Warriors making a switch here. Washington hits them both. Here's Green. 11-point game his last outing. Pass to Smooth.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Mason is out there with Moses Moody. Then there's Smooth. Then it's De'Aaron Fox. And it's Richards in at the 5. Here's Banchero. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The kick out to Fox. Pass to Smooth. Fox against Banchero. And it's Fox with the jam.
Fox getting some room and getting up.
Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Bucks.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure in that one. Didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
Here's Smooth. 10 points for him. And there's the drive, and he jams it with authority.
And the dunk was nice, Kevin, but the move he made to free himself up was a thing of beauty.
It sure was, Greg. What a savvy play to get into position for that jam. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And, Brent, you've seen the way the game has grown over the years. The skill level of the league is higher than ever.
Well, the talent level, Kevin, that is on display on a nightly basis in this league is staggering. But a lot of kids out there watching what's going on, and they're going to push this game even further. How exciting is that?
Jackson, he's checked in for Banchero. Then for the Warriors, Stevens is checked in. And Jalen Green subbed in for Mason. Ball feeling it out a bit. That one drops for him. Ball's got his second basket of the night.
And that tricky ball handling right there gets ball open. Defender couldn't stop it.
Pass to Moody. Here's Smooth. No good on the triple.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Over to the wing. Here's Edey. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp. Warriors leading by 3. Now Fox. He's got 5. Pass to Smooth. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
All alone, and it's Fox with the jam.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. 7-point differential. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Hey, you could say they probably were in control for 3 quarters of that game, but in that 4th quarter, man, they just fell apart.
Fox kicks to Green. Jacks up a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Green's got the lead up to 7 now for the Warriors.
And shots like this have to fire Green a big-time 3 there.
Pass to Washington. 3-pointer. That's tipped. And it's the Warriors on the break. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. Let's take a look at the numbers for him.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
Daniel Gafford's checked in for the Warriors. Mason checks in for Jalen Green. Washington hits them both. There's 49 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Gafford to the left side wing. And another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Pass to Edey. Now Jackson. Out left to the wing. Over in the corner, Washington. Edey controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Edey's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Washington. Here's Smooth. That'll do it for the first half. Warriors ahead, up by 6. Live from Golden One Center. You're watching 2K Sports.
43.
Welcome, everybody. We'll get things going with a look at who might be participating in the upcoming three-point contest.
No doubt these guys can shoot the lights out, but I've got an idea. Let me stand right in front of the rim. Let's see how many they make in a row.
Adding obstacles to the course. I like it. And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Golden State Warriors.
Getting points from that.
And that is it for halftime.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
We've got Banchero. Washington out there with ball. Then there's Edey. And it's Murphy in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Yeah, the defender all over.
The Warriors have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Pass to Murphy. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. For Sacramento, they have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts. That one is no good. Warriors leading by 4. Out to the right wing. Throws it up high. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
Warriors ball.
And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Sunday, they'll be facing Joel Embiid and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Monday, they'll go back home and they'll be hosting the Detroit Pistons.
You know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Washington against Mason. Clock at 6. Banchero inside. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game.
Oh, Banchero earns his points there. If he has to get them at the line, then that's what he is more than willing to do.
He hits the second from the line. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Here's Smooth. He's covered by Washington. Drives to the hoop. Smooth, that's good. Smooth's got 18 points.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. They've hardly needed anyone else today to get out to this lead. I mean, he's provided almost all of their offense.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
Yeah, and his shot selection, iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets a talking to here instead of a ticket to the bench. numbers for Lonzo Ball. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. Averaging about 15 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Here's Banchero. The rebound by Mason. Mason's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Moody the pass to Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Pass to Washington. Back to Ball. Here's Furphy, defended by Moody. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 6 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Smooth passes to Fox. Shot clock at 6. Here's Smooth. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. To the middle. Here's Banchero. Warriors with the rebound. Mason's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Here's the screen. Here's Smooth. And the shot goes down. Smooth's got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Furphy. Over in the corner, Banchero. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Smooth misses. The Kings have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the 3rd. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable. Here's Furphy. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Furphy's got 5.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
There's the drive, and he goes in for the dunk.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
The Kings trail by 9. Now, here's Washington. 13 points in the game. There's Ball with the 3. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Smooth. And off the prior, and in it goes. And now it's an 11-point Warrior lead. Ball, the bounce pass. Ball sets a screen for Washington. Pass to Furphy. Lets the 3 fly, and the 3 ball is good. Furphy's got 6 in the quarter.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Back to Ball. Banchero, right side. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 5 assists in the game. And so Fox will bring it up for the Warriors. They've led by as many as 11 points. Pass to Gafford. Here's Smooth. Gafford is screen on Washington. And here is Mason. Smooth passes to Gafford. Here's Smooth. Mason with it. Beyond the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Mason's got 5.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Timeout called by the Kings. Both teams deciding to change it up. And a quick look now at the NBA scoring leaders. Well, you look at Smooth, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
And all you have to do is point to his name at the top of that list. Does that tell the story well enough or what? What a season.
.121 left to play in the third. Fade away. Jackson misses.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Smooth. 28 points for him. Missed inside. .54 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's the Warriors on the break. Finish off the break. Smooth's got 14 points here in the second half.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Outside Jackson. To the inside. Waters. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. Warriors leading by 13. On the wing, Green. Guarded by Jackson. Green, the pass to Richards. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Green deciding where to go with it. Off target from outside.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
And so it's the... And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
It just...
Changes here for the Warriors. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Nick Richards. Mason checks in for Trendon Watford. And Smooth subbed in for Fox. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in with what the Kings head coach said to his team. Now he's encouraging them to keep attacking in the paint. He said, when you get inside, you score. Simple as that. Keep attacking and don't settle for anything that's not at the rim. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Moses Moody. Jalen Green is out there with Smooth. Then there's Mason. And it's Gafford in at the 5 spot.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Credit them for not settling. I mean, they've been in attack mode off the dribble all game long, but thus far, it's been
And I feel like there's been an old school aspect to what they've done tonight, and that is pounding the ball inside, getting it down low, getting those looks in close. That's been effective.
And the Warriors making a change here. Stevens is checked in, and he gets the bucket.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open teammate.
Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
Ball kicks to Jackson. And Caro outside. Ball no good. Warriors leading by 8. Here's Smooth. It's hauled in by Purphy. Purphy's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass the ball. Jackson with it. Banchero outside. Here's Furphy. Outside, Ball. Now Jackson over Mason. Jackson misses. Here's Smooth. Drills the three-pointer. Smooth's got 39.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Here's Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal foul.
And this is where Jackson...
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult...
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
So fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology we've seen.
The ruling on the floor stands.
A lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
The Kings making a switch here. Washington's checked in. Moses Moody, he's checked in for Golden State. De'Aaron Fox comes in for Green. Banchero's checked in for Sacramento. Smooth passes to Mason. Gafford inside. Jackson on him. Fox, no good.
I'm not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Here's Heaney, and the rejection by Gafford. Here's Smooth. Shoots the 3. The second chance effort connects. The jumper drops. Smooth's got 41.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed the tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Ball.
Yeah, and how about Ball just working his way right through the contact that time?
Jeremy Jackson, second personal foul. 14
That free throw good from Smooth. Washington's checked in for Jackson.
for 2.
Both free throws good from Smooth. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Fox against Ball. Pass to Banchero. Over Mason. And there's Banchero on the assist by Ball. Banchero's got 15 points in just the second half. Here's Fox. And the Warriors miss again. The Kings trail by 10. Now, here's Washington. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
Fox from outside. Edey with the rebound.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Latrey. And it's Banchero missing. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Here's Smooth. He's covered by Washington. 6 to shoot. Here's Smooth. Misses the step-back jump shot. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Kings. They trail by 7. The rebound by Mason.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And here's Washington outside. Here's Smooth. Releases from the wing and drills it. So we see the Warriors get the win here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a run.